So today's topic is about refractive index of the material of the prism. So we already seen the prism, okay? So now we are interested in finding the refractive index of the material used in this prism, okay? Now we already have the established result. What is that? Angle A, apex angle is nothing but angle R1 plus angle R2. Then we have the total deviation of the angle is given by I1 plus I2 minus A. Now what happens at minimum deviation? What is that minimum deviation? So now you have some angle, right, with respect to the normal of this face. Now if you try to bring this down slowly, then angle will reduce. The angle will be very small. So at minimum deviation, what will happen is this I1 and I2, let it be equal to I. And similarly, R1, this R1 and R2, let it be equal to R. So for minimum deviation, at minimum deviation, I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I, that is one case. And second case is R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. Now what happens is D. D is I1 plus I2 minus A. What is I1? I1 is equal to I. I2 is also I. So I plus I is 2I minus A. So we have 2I minus A. So 2I is equal to D plus A. Therefore I is equal to D plus A by 2. Generally the small d is replaced by capital D. That's what we use here. Okay. Now coming to this equation, angle A is equal to angle R1 plus angle R2. That is A is equal to, angle A is equal to angle R1 plus angle R2. Now we have at minimum deviation R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. So here R plus R, which is 2R. Therefore R is equal to A by 2. So now we got the two answers. And this is an assumption we make at minimum deviation. So we all know by Snell's law, N, the refractive index of the material, is given by sin I by sin R, where I is the angle of incidence and R is the angle of refraction. So now we have I as D plus A by 2. This D is replaced by capital D. So sin for I, A plus D by 2, and R. For R we have A by 2. So sin A by 2. Now if you carefully see the formula, we are taking the readings outside the prism. That is A is the apex angle of the prism. D we will already know. D is D1 plus D2. And we have simplified this with that. Okay. D. And then once again A. So you substitute these values, then you can find the value of N. That will be the refractive index of the material. So just if you know angle A and the total total deviation angle of the prism, then we can always find the refractive index of the material used in the prism. So that's all about refractive index of the material of the prism. So this is actually the continuation of the derivation we have already derived. Okay. Thank you for your attention. Nandri.